Good morning. Welcome to join us.
All right, thank you.
Ben, when you look at 2 weeks worth of third down issues, is there a common denominator that you see or a particular thing you want to get fixed?
Obviously we need to convert at a higher rate to stay on the field. That's something that we spent some time already working on this week, and we're going to keep throwing effort at it. We're still in the middle figuring out who we are on offense, and third down is a big part of it. So I need to do a better job putting guys in positions to make plays. And it was a rough night last week, a rough afternoon last week, but we learned from it and we'll grow from it.
And talking about learning who you are, I mean, Matt mentioned earlier in the week wanting to get more receivers involved in the mix. Is that just about the flow of the game and figuring out guys and where you want to put them?
Yeah, we've worked a lot of guys in this week. We need to do a better job during the course of the game getting them in there, and that starts with me. And we certainly have a lot of trust in our players, not just the three that we've been throwing out there for the most part. But we're looking to get more attempts at the plate, converting on third down, staying on the field a little bit. But we have trust in our guys. We give them a chance to go out there and make plays for us.
How do you prefer or teach or coach the idea of wanting to stay out of third down, just be aggressive on first and second down, and understand that third down is a part of football and the efficiency there is of the utmost importance?
Yeah, third down's a tough down, right? Third down usually belongs to the defense. The shorter they are, the higher their conversion rate usually is. The third down and longs, those are the ones we have to avoid, especially early in ball games, right? We've come out a couple times early in ball games and have some third and longs, and those are a challenge to convert. They are convertible, but they're a challenge to convert. But as a part of the game, winning it down on first and second down is important. We've been successful running the ball. You go back, you look at last week, we grew as an offense. We were in the red zone 4 times. We moved the football. We did a nice job up front, whether it was at the line or the tight end positions. The backs did a nice job. We won the down at a good clip running the football. And the passing game there on first and second down needs to catch up. And when you do that, it'll help spread throughout the whole game plan, right? So it'll make third downs a little shorter. It'll help you convert on first and second down like you're talking about there, yes.
Who would be the next wide out in?
That's a great question. That's a better question for Coach than it is for me. Appreciate the question, but we have a lot of guys we have confidence in. So I'm not going to mention any names because probably who I mentioned first will be, something you can write about. But we have confidence in all those guys, and we're working them all in right now. And I'll let Coach speak to that.
Well, if I could ask you specifically about
Yes.
Laviska, just because he's a guy that was still, I think, the first couple of weeks getting comfortable in the system. Is he close to at least having that comfort level?
Yeah, Laviska's on the come. Yeah, he's out there. He's getting more and more reps with us. He seems like he's more confident. He's spending a lot of time, whether it's before or after the day starts, and he's coming around, certainly.
You had a situation in the past where you've only played basically 3 receivers for a while, or?
It depends on, yes. I mean, that's happened in the past, but I believe we have more than 3 here. We have more than 3 guys that we have confidence in, and as we get moving forward, we're going to look to get them opportunities.
You got Christian involved really with the running game. Good job with that last week. But the passing game, he still hasn't got involved as a receiver as much. Is that just because of what the opponents are doing defensively, or is that part of your plan? Or
Yeah, they had a plan for him last week, obviously, and that helped us run the ball, right? What they decided to do to play us in the early downs. And, we took advantage of that, but we still need to make progress on first and second down throwing the ball. When you run the ball at that clip, your opportunities in the passing game are there too. And when you can put both together, then you're going to start to click. And that's what we're looking to do now. We took a step last week. Now we need to take another step, and we need to get the run game and the passing game clicking together, and that's when you have something.
How do you condition a quarterback to take a check down when it's available without hindering their natural ability to keep their eyes downfield and drive the football?
It's just part of your progression. It's part of the training. And we're working through that hard with Baker each and every day, going through the footwork and the training and the reads. Check down sometime pop early in the down. You had a couple last week that pop later in the down. We got to work through it. We got to take it. Down the red zone. It's a lot of times touchdown, check down mentality there. So we'd like to take check downs when they do become available, but we want to make sure we're giving the routes into the end zone every opportunity to be successful too. So there is a balance there, and that's something that we are working through at this point.
Are the marriage between a quarterback's eyes, feet, and the progressions also responsible for when a quarterback creates their own pressure? Meaning, like, if you just go through your progression, there would be no pressure or reason to take off because you didn't finish the reads?
Yeah, we have a little saying we like to talk about: read it out, don't expect it to say what you think it's going to say. So you set your feet for number one, and you read things out, and you trust your feet and eyes as you move through the progression. And where we are right now, that's something that we're spending a lot of time working on.
Where did you see Baker make the biggest jump in week 2?
Just technique, right? The technique grade the first week. What you see in practice when you're fairly new to an offense, and no fans probably don't want to hear this, but it's the facts right now is where you are when you're fairly new to an offense is you go out, you practice, you get the reps in practice, and your feet look a certain way. And then when you get into the games, a lot of times you revert back to what you're used to doing. And from week 1 to week 2, he took a jump. Now from week 2 to week 3, we're going to take a jump too. That's what we have to do, and that's what we're working for this week.
When you say technique, are you specifically saying throwing mechanics, or what do you mean by technique?
No, just footwork and rhythm in the body. Everything that can be fixed and tightened up.
Very vague here, but what challenges do the Saints defense present to your offense?
They're really good. They're really fast on all 3 levels. Tremendous instincts, right? They have guys that have played together a bunch, or they're new players in the back end that have played a lot of football and are very bright and instinctual. So they're very good on all 3 levels. They're well coached. They're well coordinated. It'll be a big challenge out here for us.
Do they compare at all to the Browns defense, just from their fronts and the athletes they have on the field?
You could say there's some similarities there, right? They're good at both defensive end spots. Their defensive tackles, I think, are very underrated. They have multiple guys that can play inside there that are underrated. They move around more than Cleveland, so the scheme's probably not the same, but the way they're structured and built, there are some similarities there, yes.
Coach. Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.